What's up everyone, it's Tony here, and welcome back to another episode. I thought this yacht was extremely unique and very cool, so I'm really excited to bring it to you today. This is Preference 19. She's a 119-foot Tansu SuperYacht, and it was first delivered in 2011. The latest refit work was done in 2024, and this yacht is presented by TWW Yachts. Now this yacht officially is 119 feet and 6 inches, or 36.4 meters. It has a beam of 23 feet and 8 inches, or 7.2 meters, and it has a draft of 7 feet and 3 inches, or 2.2 meters. Now this yacht has a very interesting and unique layout. It's built with a steel hull and an aluminum superstructure, so it's incredibly strong and it's ready to take you places around the world. It sleeps 10 guests in 5 cabins, and it can house up to 7 crew members. And we're at the Cannes Yachting Festival, so we're gonna make our way on board via the passerelle, and you'll see how the swim platform folds out from the transom. And you can fit a lot of toys or a variety of tenders on board. You can see 2 jet skis on this side, and then you have the space for another large tender on the other side. So you get a lot of flexibility with this aft deck. And you'll see we have 2 different cranes for a variety of toys and tenders. And of course, you could customize the space to your liking. When you aren't using the space, you could put some deck furniture out here. And I'll step all the way to the front of this area so you can see it from the aft perspective. I imagine it would be a fantastic view if you put out a lounger here. From a vision perspective, it looks like the deck ceases to exist. And I think that effect is pretty cool. It's harder to see on camera, but in person it makes a lot more sense. And then here, of course, is the swim platform. You'll see we have plenty of built-in cold storage, all in these sections here. And then we step under this covered area where we have 2 large tables, and these can be raised or lowered. I really like the design setup where we have these inside out areas where you're completely protected, but you're still fully in that open air. And then we're gonna make our way inside the main salon. So stepping inside, this is a combination space with your formal dining area. We have the TV up above, and then 2 sofas on either side, which flank the door right in the middle of the room. I like the woodwork accent in the ceiling. And I'm also noticing a lot of bookcases and built-in storage throughout. We can see a large wine refrigerator next to the storage. And there's more on this side. Now we will continue forward on this level where we do have a day head. Plenty of space in here. And then the owner's suite is located on this main deck. So we step through here where you're greeted by the king bed. We have some storage on this side, and then the ensuite, you can walk all the way through it, which I definitely wasn't expecting on this yacht, so that was a nice surprise. Here we can see the first vanity. And then if we turn over here, you'll see the extremely large shower. It's stone lined, and I like the teak detailing in the drain. And then if we walk across to the other side, you'll see you have more storage, a dressing table, and the other vanity. By the way, if you're new to the channel, then welcome. My name is Tony, and we post a brand new yacht or super yacht tour every single week. Like I said in the intro, I thought this yacht was very unique and interesting, so I thought it would make a great subject for a yacht tour. We're going to make our way down to the 4 guest cabins. We have a large hallway. It's very wide, so you're not feeling claustrophobic. It's very spacious in here. And first we'll start with the 2 single cabins. And you have the same teak lining and the stone lining as you have in the owner suite, so that's a nice touch. Same thing in the ceiling. You have that same wood accent that you do in the main salon. So I'm really liking the mix of materials in here. This room is mirrored to the last. And then continuing aft, we have 2 mirrored VIPs. This is an escape hatch in case of emergency. And you'll see these cabins are slightly larger. And last but not least, the next VIP. All right, now those are all 5 cabins. I don't think you're going to have any complaints on this one. All of them are very spacious and very comfortable with the high-end materials and accents. Let's back out to the main salon. And we saw that emergency hatch. I believe that's the hatch in the floor right here. Before we head upstairs, let's go check out the galley. And down this staircase, we will find the crew mess. We have the laundry facilities. And then we have the huge walk-in refrigerator. Excuse me. And then down this hall on either side, we'll find the crew cabins. And then from this cabin forward, this is where we find the ensuite. And this is bigger than I expected. So this yacht can house up to 7 crew members. And as you can see, plenty of space for provisions, which is always important on a yacht like this. All right, back outside. Now you actually are unable to get upstairs from the interior of this yacht, and that's one thing that I thought was pretty unique from a layout perspective. To make our way upstairs, we're gonna head up the side deck where we have a very wide staircase. And you may have saw on some of the TVs showing the promo footage, but if not, I'm gonna put a picture of this yacht's profile on the screen now so you can see what it looks like. It has a very aggressive profile, it's very angled, and I think it's gonna appeal to a lot of people. And because we have that fantastic aft deck area with plenty of storage space, all of the area up here is reserved for the owner and guests. So you can see 3 little loungers right here. Then if we step down onto this deck, we'll turn around and you have more seating on either side. Then of course, all the way forward, that is the business end with your bollards, your winches, and you can see the anchor chain. All right, let's make our way into the bridge. And upstairs in this area, this entire section is actually designated for the crew. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. If we come through here into the pilot house or the bridge, we'll close it up behind us, and you'll see you have an office space for the captain or the rest of the crew to hang out. You have 3 captain's chairs, and then we have all the controls for the yacht. And you're positioned very far forward. You have the upright windows, so you get great visibility from here. And you also have side access doors on either side of this bridge. And we have the 3 crew cabins below, and then upstairs, this is reserved for the captain's cabin. And you can see that located just over here. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, where are the guests gonna hang out up on this level? But don't worry, when we head in the aft direction, that's where you find all the spaces for the guests. And it's another really cool area where you have a lot of outdoor entertainment space in addition to some inside out entertainment spaces. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment. If we come out here on the bridge deck aft, look at this fantastic space. I was not expecting this when I came upstairs. We have an alfresco dining table, and we have the large bean bags up here as well. So you could probably throw these over the back onto the aft deck if you wanted to lay out utilizing those on the aft deck. And then we have this huge row of bench seating / sun pads. They are deep enough where you could lay out right in the middle. And then this is the inside out part I was referring to earlier. Just like downstairs, tucked away under the sheltered section, you can see the table with the L-shaped seating, and then your bar area, complete with ice maker, refrigerator, and sink. And then just like on this side, where we have the full staircase heading down, you have the same thing on this other side. So it's very easy for you or the crew to get around this yacht. And then you can see the teak steps here. I am not gonna climb up there. I'm not gonna risk it. Also, I don't think the yacht actually wants me doing that, or anyone for that matter. But up here, this is where we have the mast. And then as I was filming this 55-meter Heeson next door, I captured a quick shot of what's up top here. There's storage for kayaks, inflatables, extra toys up here. And you'll also see the chocks located in the aft section. So you could fit more jet skis or a small tender. I'm sure there's a variety of toys you could fit up here. And I think you get the idea. All right, let's head back downstairs. There was something on the aft deck I wanted to point out, just a small feature, and it's very just functional from a utility perspective, not necessarily from a luxury perspective, but I noticed that up here, let me turn around and you'll see what I'm talking about. When I turn around up here, you'll notice these very large spotlights. So if the crew has to work at night, or if you're hanging out here at night, you can illuminate this entire area. It may seem like a small feature, but I think that's really smart from a safety and design perspective. If you need to bring in a tender or the jet skis or other toys, you obviously need to do it in a safe way, and having this additional light could be very beneficial for that, at least in my opinion. This is probably my favorite area on this yacht. I love how open it is, yet simultaneously how protected it is. And now we need to go down to the engine room. I'm not sure which door it is that grants us access. I see we have doors paralleled on either side, so we're just gonna guess. We're gonna guess this one. Nope, just a storage closet. All right, guys, so we guessed wrong. It's actually the door on the starboard side, but we made our way down the ladder into the engine room, where we have full standing headroom in here. You can see the 2 Northern Lights generators, and you'll see the Cat engines on either side. And you also have the workstation right in the middle. Now this yacht comes with a pair of Cat C32 Acert engines rated at 1,300 horsepower each, giving you a top speed of 16 knots. You can cruise at 12, and I read that there's a reported 1,750 nautical miles of range at that cruising speed. And if you drop it down into single digits, you could possibly add another 1,000 to 2,000 nautical miles. I'm not 100% sure. That's really based on the fuel efficiency as well as the size of the fuel tanks. I did see one conflicting report that read 3,500 nautical miles, but I only saw it in one place. Everywhere else I read, it gave that 1,750 number. But like I said, that's based on that mid-tier cruising speed. And then if you need to access this area in an emergency or for service, we have this large hatch in the floor, so you can also access this area via the hatch. And one thing, it's kind of eerie actually. It is completely quiet in here. No generators on, none of the systems are making noise. Obviously the shore power is hooked up and working. But this is honestly probably the quietest engine room on a yacht of this size that I've ever been in. I don't know what that means, but it's something I've noticed. And you do have to access this area from a ladder. So we're gonna climb up one-handed for a little bit, and then I'm gonna set you guys down so I can get up here safely. Perfect, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, now we've seen every single area on board. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of this one. I thought it was very unique, so I'm eager to hear your thoughts. Thank you, of course, to TWW Yachts for granting us access on board. I'm going to link this listing down in the description if you want to see it in greater detail. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and we will catch you next time.